cost of food is skyrocketing, and we're always looking for ways to help you bring the cost of your groceries down. So today, we're going to talk about foraging. Ana Weir-Mcpherson, a.k.a. Anna in the Wild, is a big fan of foraging and broke down some of her biggest tips for us. Let's take a look.
Today, I'm taking you guys to my favorite place, the forest, of course. So come on in and let's do some foraging. We are taking in thousands of years of human knowledge and applying it to find ourselves wild foods that would cost tons in the supermarket, but are free 99 if you know what to look for. Check this out. We are in a beautiful spot of ramps. These guys often are called wild onions or wild leeks, and you can tell what they are by their really long green spear-like leaves. Oh yeah, they are oniony, garlicky deliciousness. You want to be picking the leaves of ramps and not the bulbs. These guys take 7 years to go from seed to leaf. These are Ontario's provincial flower. They are the trillium. They are beautiful to behold and illegal to pick, so look at them, take a snapshot, don't crush them, and don't stick them in your mouth. When you're after just the tip, I have exactly the thing for you. These are spruce tips, and they are super delicious. They're like vitamin C bombs. They're citrusy, they have a little bit of pine to them, amazing in a syrup, and amazing in a gin tonic. So good. So you have to be extremely careful with your fungi. If you don't know what kind of mushroom it is, don't stick it in your mouth. My favorite berry, these are currants. The leaves kind of look like maple, but there's big differences. The big one really is you'll see this long chain of flowers or berries that comes off of it. These are delicious, native to the region, and they're really tart. They're kind of like nature's sour Skittles, one of my favorite things to be out foraging. Here we have a beautiful crabapple blossom. Crabapples get a bad name, but they're super delicious. June is the best time to go out, find your blossoms, mark your trees, and you know to come back. When it comes to ethical foraging, there's 2 things to keep in mind. If it's native, be really careful with how you forage it. Only pick what you need. But when it comes to invasive plants like garlic mustard, go ahead, rip them from the root, and make yourself a delicious salad. We got our foraging haul. I'll see you back in the studio.
She just walks through the forest and pops these things into her mouth. Joining us now in studio to talk about foraged food, Anna herself. Give her some love. I really love to see you do that. I think we all need to remember that this is actually the way it started. This is the way it started with our food. It came off a tree, we put it in our mouth. So where does your love of and knowledge of foraging come from?
So my love and knowledge of foraging was a gift from my family. They taught me to really love the planet around me. My parents, total tree huggers.
Love it.
And they were like, you know, it's alive, and I love it. Aww. And they just really embrace all my curiosity.
Yeah.
So my parents are buying books like, you know, frogs and fungi and crickets or whatever I was interested in.
Yeah.
They really pushed me. So honestly, all of this knowledge really comes from them.
It's a beautiful thing. So you can do all sorts of things with what you forage. What types of things should we be foraging this time of year, do you think?
Oh my gosh. Okay, June. So we're in the summer months.
Yeah.
And everything about the summer is amazing. Everything.
Yes.
And the best part, berries, of course.
Yes.
So right now we're on the hunt for some currants. They're going to be ripe right now. You're going to find some service berries. You're going to find some raspberries. They are everywhere at this time of year. And then you also have the opportunity to find some really cool fungi.
Yeah.
You're gonna have these guys called chicken of the woods.
Okay.
And this fungi is the color of your dress.
Oh, is it?
Totally edible.
And safe to eat?
Safe, and it's one of those ones that, you know, you don't have to like think too hard. I mean, be careful what you stick in your mouth.
Yeah.
But you do get to just like pick it, eat it. It's really like iconic. It's so sulfurous. So it's a really great one.
Okay, good stuff. You're gonna show some of the ways you can transform transform what you foraged into food you can eat. And we're going to start with spruce tips. I saw you pop one right off the tree and pop it in your mouth. So let's see what these are, the spruce tips. They're on a spruce tree.
Yes.
Right.
So spruce tips, these guys are the brand new growth of your spruce tree for that season.
All right.
So when they first come out, they're super tender, super beautiful, and they have the most vibrant vitamin C, kind of like citrusy explosion in your mouth.
Okay.
They do have a little bit of that resinous flavor to them because they are, of course, a pine or
Yeah.
part of the coniferous family.
Yeah.
So to get rid of that kind of resinous flavor that they have to them, the Italians, you know, these food geniuses, came up with this thing called Mugoglio.
And what is Mugoglio?
Mugoglio is what you do, and here, we'll do it together, Tracy.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get ourselves a jar.
Yep.
Pop it open. And we're going to, you kind of want it to be equal weight-ish. This is not a science, it's an art.
Okay, all
so
right.
you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna pour some sugar into your jar.
All right. Do you want me to do all of it, Anna?
No, just half, a little bit like that.
Okay.
That's perfect. And then we're gonna pop in a bunch of our spruce tips.
Okay.
And right now, spruce tips are pretty much done. You don't want them really longer than this. This is like the very end of your spruce tip season.
Okay.
So the best thing that's coming out right now, and I'm so excited, are the cones.
Okay, so the cones, this is what they are before, like what?
Before they pop out.
Before they pop out. Okay,
So-
so these are like little, they're like pine cones.
Yeah,
Spruce
they're
cones.
literally spruce cones,
Okay.
just like pine cones.
Very
and you
nice.
would make Mugoglio out of spruce and pine.
So you're doing a layer of sugar, just because we have to move on. A layer of sugar, a layer of these spruce tips, a layer of sugar, a layer of the spruce tips. What's going to happen with this?
Yeah, if you were really OG Italian nonna, you get your shovel out, you dig it, you put it in the ground for 6 months.
Ooh.
But if you're like me and want things moving a little quickly, put it in the sunshine.
Put it in the sunshine.
3 weeks.
And then it turns into a syrup.
Into a beautiful syrup.
And with this syrup, what did you make?
I made these beautiful cookies.
Oh
with
my
them.
goodness. That is incredible. So they're gonna taste a little bit like spruce?
A little bit like spruce.
Yeah.
And they also, when you bake it, it comes out super fruity.
Oh, lovely.
Like, it's just incredible flavors.
Okay, beautiful. Let's talk a little bit about what we've got here. We're talking about ramps and wild onions.
Yes.
Okay.
So ramps, like I mentioned in the video, they come out early spring. They're what we would call a spring ephemeral.
Okay.
These plants will only last about 2 weeks. So they are a forager's dream. If you're over TikTok and Instagram, every forager will have ramps up and down on their feed.
All right.
So what I did with them to preserve them, because I said they only last for a little bit, is you put them in a salt preserve. Now this is what we would call an herb salt, and you can do this with anything. You don't have to be fun and cool and go forage like me. You can just go to the grocery store. And you just take your herbs. You put them in your food processor. You have some wild onion that I foraged this week. And you can see it's part of the onion family. It's cute little bulbs hanging out from the bottom. And then you put in some salt. Like this.
If we were to do this in real life, just because we're in TV and I want to get to the fiddleheads, you're adding salt, you're adding anything else, oil?
No, nothing, just salt.
You're gonna blend this up?
Yes.
And you're gonna make this. So this is a beautiful little, if you smell it, it smells very garlicky. You're gonna put that on some crostini, and there you've got sort of like a garlic toast.
Yeah, it's
which is delicious. That is it. That's all we have time for.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much.
Listen, we love the fact that you're telling us to get back into nature and to eat what we find. Anna, you're brilliant. We're